So today I picked up another auction find. This is an adjustable server rack made by Vevor. Everything appears to be here. A lot of these auction finds, they may be maybe all there, maybe not all there, but this appears to be all there. I was able to go online, find instructions on how to put it together, and it looks like they've already started building it and just returned it. I don't know why. But these are adjustable, so you can make the server rack as big or as small as you need it down to that size. And then you put this center rail in, and then these two rails slide in and out to adjust the size. And they'd already put these together for me, so that definitely saved a bunch of work for me. They also put the front and back of the server rack together, because once you put the sides on, you screw the lift brace in between them. It has numbered adjustments. I'm not really sure why. Probably so you know the size of whatever you're putting in it. But yeah, from here it's real easy to put together. You need an Allen wrench and a Phillips screwdriver and put it together. And like I said, I was able to find the instructions online on how to put it together, so there we go. But this will be a nice little rack. It's on wheels. So my server rack that I've got over there right now is just sitting on a shelf with its network and all that stuff. I had one of those big tall cases that had to be 8 feet, 10 feet tall. And it was just too much rack for one server along with the network. But this will definitely fit the bill, because it'll fit small enough to put one rack in it, plus a couple of network things. But definitely an easy way to do it is this little adjustable rack, and it adjusts to whatever size server you've got in it. So let's finish putting it together. It's relatively simple. The only part that's going to be a little bit more difficult is adjusting the size, but it's a matter of undoing some screws, making it wider, larger, what have you. I'm going to build it in its small size right now just to get it done and out of the way. And then later on, I've got all my parts where this server belongs, all the parts for the front end of the Nova. So it's kind of got to get the front end of the Nova done before I can put the server back where it belongs. So let's get this put together. Here on the sides, it just takes two, say, M5 screws, and basically just put it together like so. I want to grab that and make sure these are up or down. It's made by Vevor, V-E-V-O-R. These guys seem to make a lot of stuff. They've become a affiliate of mine, so now I can sell their product. It shows a picture of the whole thing assembled, so it's not really too it's really tough. These face the outside. What we need to know is on the inside, do these go up or down? And judging from what I'm seeing, this was started to be put together. M5 10 crosshead screws, if that's those. These go to the top. So this is the top, this is the bottom. So where the screws are is the top part. So there's two bags of bolts here. One's the metrics and one is Phillips. So I'm going to move to the floor because it's going to be a lot easier to put this together down here with the drill and everything. And the way to know the top and the bottom is the bottom has holes for the wheels. So this also has wheels. It has locks on the wheels. So that's kind of nice. Right into there. I've got one drill with a screwdriver, one jet with a screwdriver, one jet with the metric. For the Allen screw, I'm sorry. And got both of them in there, you can tighten them. They're self-aligning. They said to set your drill at 10, so. Pretty easy to build. Another way to know the top and bottom is there are numbers on the rails, so facing up you hope. And there are provisions to mount this on the wall. It does come with the wall mount brackets, and there are slots on the back here so you can mount it on the wall if you want, up and out of the way. Which in my case, I'm probably not going to do that right off the bat. If I do end up moving the server to the basement, it will be wall mounted. Eventually, someday it'll be down there. And like I say, if you look at the back, there are these holes here. These are for wall mounting it. Well, actually, it probably came with a template, I'm sure, but you can just make a template out of cardboard and put your holes in the wall. If I were you, I would see if you could get it into studs in the wall. It will hang on these things by itself, but you know, how good is that going to be? You definitely want a piece of wood behind this. Cut yourself a sheet of plywood, screw that to the wall, so you're going to backer board, and then mount these into that. That would definitely be the way to do it. Just drill out. Once these pull tight, they squish them. But, like I said, we're going to use the wheels. Next trick, we're going to put on the wheels. They say something else, but hey, wheels need to be out of the way. And the wheels are pretty easy. Got to pull. And everything's numbered for you, so if you do end up buying it, and you do have the instructions, it'll tell you what goes where. Each piece is numbered one way. And then all you want to do to bolt on it, if you lock it, it will actually lock it from spinning, so it makes it easier to mount the wheels. I like the adjustability factor on these. Definitely a lot nicer than that big one that I had. It was a monster. So, voila, we have wheels. These I'm going to put back in the bag, and I'll end up taping this bag to the unit itself. These are your actual mounting units for all your server equipment. And we'll put that in the same bag with the ones that go in. And each bag also is numbered. This is 9 and 10, one of them being the bolt, one of them being the wheel. Now we've got these braces and all that fun stuff, so let's take a look and see where those go. Yeah, like I said, somebody put this all together for me, so it's really easy. So far it's just telling me to build this, and you saw how quick that went. Like I said, they put these together already, and these were already on the end, so it made it really easy. Okay, these are 8 can be installed, tighten in 5, so these corner brackets go on every corner. Okay, so here's the first thing. These go the other way around, because there are two bolts, screw holes here, and 2 screw holes down here, so I'm going to have to pull them apart, flip them upside down, and do them over again. The top ones should be, no, they're all upside down. So, let's take it apart and put it together. Come to think of it. Notice there's a gap in this particular one, so I'm going to want to take this one loose, close that gap up before I tighten these up. Do the bottom ones, and remember the bottom ones these definitely go to the top, and they go to face the bottom on the bottom. So that was our mistake. You probably haven't to do with so. Two screws here, two screws here to put this little corner bracket in. And I'm facing them up. Hopefully that's the right direction. In all actuality, you really don't have to pull these wheels off the machine. Like I say, what I'll do with all the extra hardware that I have with these servers, I always just take the bag and tape it right to the rack, and that way if I ever need it for something later on, I have it. Yeah, see, one side's thin, one side's wide, so the wides all go to the outside. The way this thing adjusts is your server face is going to be on either side. Well, this will be the front, that's the back, because that's where the wall marks are. To expand it, make it a larger rack, you just undo these screws. The whole mechanism, there's a bar inside that slides. And just by undoing all these screws, it makes it larger and smaller depending upon the size server you need. So next thing we have are, looks like some shelves and a base. Open flips. This being the back, we need the front. We have our two shelving units. Like I say, they're all adjustable depending upon the heights you want on everything and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of nifty. And on this one, you're going to be using these other metrics. Then the height adjustment is pretty much up to you how low you want them. Like for example, the keyboard will probably sit on this one, so I'm going to want it a little farther down than the other one. I do like the measurements because then it's easy to set up exactly where you want stuff. And with these, as you can see, they're kind of like a little lock nut. They have a little hook on them for you to, I would imagine, put them into place. And they give you the Allen wrench for this, and they also give you the wrench for the feet if you need it. But take these, and they got a little clip on. Hopefully you can see this. And a little clip hooks in here and locks this little nut in place. There's these little clips on there. Just lock them in place here. I got it lined up. Hook it on one side and push the little clip up right in. We're using the 10-inch mark and then the one right below the next one out. So it's really easy. The locks across this way. Now, one of the things you could do if you really wanted to is if you go out far enough, you can actually connect these two together, the two shelves together, and have more space for something. So then your server parts are pretty simple. They mount the same exact way that did. The ramp would go all the way up to here or down below one level, mainly because I want the server up higher. It's easier to turn on and off. Even go all the way to the top. The server has rails that go on here first. Yeah, for a $40 little rack, it's kind of nice. Move a few things around. Get my rails. We'll do the rails much later. For now, we'll go ahead and put this part on here so it's out of the way. And we'll go down here with the bottom. But the way it works is you mount your server. The server has two rails that slide in, and they lock in on these sides. And then the whole server just slides in like a big drawer. And you could get away with just taking them off one side or the other if you're not going that large. As large or as small as you want it. Easy way to do it is lock the set of the wheels and let's go get our rails and find out how wide this needs to be. There we go, front. So now we know that this is the right width of the unit. And the server rack's rails are in there. I'm not going to put the bottom ones in yet until I get everything here all set out. Again, it says front, left, left, left. Hey, look at that. Almost like we know what we're doing. Like I was saying, I wish that this was farther inside and not so far out. I don't like it that far out. So what I was fighting with, there's a little lock here that locks this in place so that when it is put together, it won't come apart. When you take it apart, you push this little thing in and it'll slide up. Now it's nice and lined up because all three of them, I should say, are nice and lined up because this one slides without any trouble at all. Yeah, this space is big enough to use both for the monitor and the keyboard, so I may even move this down and bring the server up farther. It really doesn't make any difference. It's just a matter of putting the server on this, hanging it on the clips, and locking it in there. These are locks. Locking when I get it out, just push it aside, slide it out, and get to the server. It'd be good to raise this up because then I can actually lift everything up. Yeah, I could probably lift everything up and move things around a little bit. But we'll mess with that later on. We don't have to mess with it today. There you go, one server rack built. So now we've got a nice small place to put our server. That goes over next to the refrigerator. Like I said, the one I had before had to be 8 feet tall. It was huge, and I have one blade that goes in. That's it. So that was definitely overkill. I've been looking for a small one like this, so I'm kind of glad I got one. But that's kind of it for this whole server build. So Vevor, another good product. Like I said, it's heavy duty. It's got some weight to it, so I don't have to worry about hanging the server off of it. It's definitely a nice unit. Again, the back end, you can mount it to a wall. In my particular case, I'm not going to unless I take it down to the basement. If I do that, then this whole bracket assembly does have to move. With that, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions on this Vevor server rack, definitely shoot me a note, and I'll answer everything that I possibly can for you. With that, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in Saturday's video, or Friday's video. Friday videos, and kind of sticking to Friday ones, I'm sticking to the cars. The Wednesday ones, I'm kind of doing stuff like this around the house to kind of show you these kind of products. But yeah, if you've got a small server, this is definitely the way to go. So like, share, subscribe.